There we are. Thanks, Outer, for letting me know. I didn't. YouTube is very strange with the way that they do things. Alright, so... Okay, they didn't start at level 1. Caradoc is there. Let's see what he's got equipped. He has a rapier. Rapier. Leather shield, leather hat, Wayfarer's clothes. Give him the shell armor. Well, let's take a look. It's here. How am I supposed to get monetized on YouTube if I can't stay on YouTube? Chain sickle, he can't equip it. He can't equip a scale shield. He can equip the chainmail, so let's give him the chainmail. Because Caradoc is a permanent party member. I don't have the sell off garbage. Don't need any of this garbage. It might have been my fault with YouTube. All I know is that getting on YouTube is very particular with how they want you to get on to YouTube, and if you don't do things and Rumble's the same way. Rumble is no better. It's just that YouTube requires a specific button push that Rumble does not. Twitch doesn't give a rat's ass. Twitch is like, you got OBS, you got Meld, you got Streamlabs, just click the button and you're on. Which I wish they all would do, but they don't. That's Caradoc doing what he wants to do. I have to fix that. He's not supposed to be working on his own. Follow orders. Alucard's going home. YouTube can be very confusing and very maddening. Yeah, what is it? The employees are revolting, right? That's what you said, and that's what is going on. Yeah, exactly. They... I mean, I get the whole thing about being positive. It should be getting worse. Ubisoft is nowhere near as solvent as they let people believe, and I get the idea of staying positive, and you want to make sure everyone is thinking positive about the company, but
though it is a relief to see thee at last in the company of thy
blame me or your lying eyes.
Apologies, young Middenhall, for my wayward offspring inconveniencing thee so.
Oh, tush! I didn't inconvenience him in the slightest, and even if I did, the prince is far too kind a soul to say so. Isn't that right, fair cuz?
Allow me to offer mine own apology. If I had only been here.
'Tis of little import now. More pressing matters are at hand. A calamity most foul hath befallen Moonbrook. Thy cousin, Middenhall, bravely
everything's not fine.
To survey that place and rescue the king and princess.
This is how things used to be, is that Assassin's Creed used to be what Ubisoft counted on to make their bottom line, and now it's not. Because they screwed it up.
Is a bond that none can tear asunder.
Yes, father. As scions of mighty Erdrick, naught shall stand in our way.
The road to Moonbrook passeth through Gwaelin's Gate, to the south and west of here. Take with you this parchment, and present it to the guards at the gate. They will grant you passage. May the goddess go with you.
Brother, I wish you well.
She wants to go. All right. So now we have our second party member, and he is permanent. He will not. We will need to make sure we take care of him. He with his all that other hat, chainmail. We need to get him a new helmet. Last party member is, I believe, her dad turned her into a dog. I thought we bought him a scale shield. I guess we didn't. We're almost there, so we'll get it for him. Yeah, but Ubisoft used to be a company that they would do so well with Assassin's Creed that they basically would make their bottom line off of that, and then they would delay other games because they didn't have to release them in that fiscal year, and it had nothing to do with needing more time in the crock pot. It had everything to do with the fact was we sold so much Assassin's Creed, we don't have to worry about releasing this to make our bottom line. And boy, those days were over. They destroyed their golden goose. They killed Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I think she's a dog, if I'm not mistaken. If memory serves me correct, her dad turned her into a dog to keep her safe, and we have to turn her back, but we have to get over there first to get her. That tea really hit the spot. But that's what they did and would do with that. And they've killed their golden goose. Assassin's Creed used to be evergreen. It used to be their title that they needed, that they would release. It was so anticipated and well done that they didn't need to worry about anything else. And now, the Assassin's Creed they did before this past one was, I know a lot of people said it's actually pretty good, but I found it really boring. And then, golly. Are you still subscribed? Remember, you have to re-up it every month. Because I have nothing to do with that. That's a question for your company. Let me take a look here. Yeah, it says you're still, well, let me reload it here. It still says you're Prime. Previously subbed for 4 months. I don't think you're active, Alucard. I could be wrong. It said previously subbed for 4 months. But I could be wrong. If you are, and it's, I don't know. It's a Twitch thing. You shouldn't be getting ads, though, as far as I know. Okay. Just wanted to... It's... Sorry. The Prime sub you have to re-up every month. That's something I learned myself from... Because my dad uses his Prime sub. And if I don't remind him to do it every month, which I sometimes forget, and I need to get better at reminding him, he doesn't, it'll lapse. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Have at you! 2 and 2. Yeah, anytime you get ads, it's probably what it is, Alucard. Because that's one thing I can tell you myself. I don't know if you mess around on Twitch that much. I have, like, the only thing I have control over with ads is how often that they play. And I don't even mess with that. I let that go as default. But there are people out there. Yeah, I agree, Outer. I think they did a good job with this. But I don't, I can't control who sees ads or not because of, that's just how Twitch is. Twitch controls all that shit. Including what ads play. I've seen them put ads on my stream that are like, what the hell is even that? Oh, burp. That's a burp. I'm looking forward to Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest VII next week. I really am. because that'll be damn near completely blind due to how yeah, I've told you guys I own it, but I never really got into it because of the time it came out, and by the time I tried to get into it, there were so many other games out there I wanted to play. So I'm glad they're going back and they're remaking 7, and they're doing it at the right time, because with AAA gaming is at a kind of a lull right now. If you're into AAA gaming, you're not finding a lot of really good quality content out there, just simply because of, well, we've just discussed it ad nauseum. So for them to come out and to remake a Dragon Quest game, and remember, Dragon Quest 11 we played for 140 hours, so if I get half of that out of 7, which I'm probably going to be more, it'd be a really, really nice game to stream. Plus, I still have this Dragon Quest 3 HD remake that we haven't played on stream yet, so. And a lot of Japanese folks think that's one of the better ones. Of course, that's also the one that got a lot of Square Enix employees fired, because in Dragon Quest 3, you make your own character, and you can choose male or female. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's not right. It's not male or female. It's body type A and body type B. And I wish I was kidding about that, and I'm not. $33 and $90. Level up. Almost got enough for that shield for him. Oop. But one of the other things they did that's really good about this game is they added waypoints for you. One of the most difficult things I remember about Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest 2, Dragon Quest / Dragon Warrior 2, is they loosely gave you direction of where to go. I mean, it was an NES game, so it's not like they had the resources that a game like this has. But it was one of those games that almost demanded that you had some sort of guide to it, because of how open it really was. And they didn't give you hardly any direction as to where to go or what to do. It was just, go do it! You know, that kind of thing. And that's something that they've had an issue with, or they had an issue with back then. Same thing with 3 and 4, is there was very little direction as to where to go. You had to take notes, quite frankly, and to go where you needed to go and figure it out. In this game, they have waypoints to let you know, hey, this is where we meant for you to go. Almost. 2 more fights at the most here. Then we'll get him his shield and we'll move on. I hope I got a 6. Exactly 6. Am I... Yeah, just enough to buy that shield. Of course, but again, this was all Akira Toriyama. He did all the artwork for this, for the monsters and for all the characters. But I always love it when they go back and they do a proper remaster or remake, or a remake of something, as opposed to just a lazy ass remaster or just a repurposing or whatever. unless it's something that we can't get right now. Like, I would love if they would do a remaster of Dragon Quest VIII. Journey of the Cursed King is actually really good, and I wish we had a way to stream that, but we don't. Yeah, we don't need to worry about healing. We're good. That is definitely something I'd like to see them do for preservation purposes. Not necessarily that they need to, you know, do all sorts of fancy shit to it, but just put it out for high def, put it on Steam, put it on PlayStation Network, put it on Xbox, put it on Nintendo Store. Of course, I do want physical copies. Please release physical copies. But that's one of those games that I would like to see them put out because of how good it really is. It's a great game. Ooh, someone just broke out the whooping stick here. A deluge? All right. A deluge, a typical deluge is what it is. Okay. No, wait. Let's see. Okay, so spells and abilities. So he has spells, right? He does. He can heal. Okay, so that's good. So apparently Enigma is not going to be able... He's just going to be the Bull Rush. It's exact opposite of what I thought. Caradoc is going to be the tweener, it looks like. And then once we get the princess... Once we get that bitch... and I mean that with all due humorousness because she's a dog right now. She'll be like your straight frickin' spellcaster. If memory serves me right proper. That's where we're going, this way. Remember to keep your eyes peeled for things. Oh, wait, these are new. Oh, that hurt. Holy crap. I mean, Enigma can take it, but Caradoc is apparently a big freaking... Oh, he leveled up, so he gets all of his health back. Squelch, so he'll be able to heal poison. That's good. But remember, keep your eyes peeled for goodies. We definitely want goodies if there's goodies out there. Oh, I've got the army ants. These guys were a pain in the ass earlier. Oop, good. That's right. Tactics are coming together. Let's look at our map. Okay, way up over there. Yep, see, that's goodies. There's goodies right there. A wizard's staff. Okay, well, we don't have a wizard, so... No. You attack him. You attack him. Ow. How about you? I think he's about ready to... Yeah, he's 5 points away from leveling up. Okay. Killer pillars. Nice! Oh, well, I thought that was going to kill it, but no. Nice. That should level up our pal Enigma there. How close is Caradoc? 29 to level up. So he's playing catch up and he's doing it pretty quick. So this is good. We're getting... Oh, there's a thing out there in the water. Nice. Okay. Down. Okay. Okay. Buff. Unsealant. Nothing there. That up there looks like something, though. No healing for you. Okay. We did it! Yay! 122 only for Karak's next level, so he's gonna... we're not gonna catch up, so to speak. I don't think you can really ever really catch up, but we are definitely... as long as we can get him... As long as we can get him where he doesn't fall over after looking at something, that's a good thing for us. Alright, let's see, what do we got here? That is a barrel. Don't get gone. Mini metal. Nothing there. Nothing there. That's all it is a mini metal? That's all it is a mini metal. Alright, well, we haven't gotten to the mini metal palace yet. You got your Yarny glass. Awesome. And thank you again, Alucard, for getting a coffee cup from me, too. I do appreciate you, brother. I really do. Alright. I appreciate it. Every little bit helps, and you know, it just makes me feel good that what is that? That folks see it and they want to that it's there. You know, that the people are seeing it and can support me if they want to. And I hope I make good stuff. I am very proud of my logo, so I really want the... I guess I'm really proud of it because I made it. You know, I still get messages from graphic design artists wanting to make stuff for me, and it's like, I'm not interested. And you know, the question mark logo, I sat down and I made it. I didn't hire anybody to do it. I did it myself. I sent it to Yarny and she sharpened it a little bit. But as far as me getting someone professionally to make it, no one did. I made it. Thank you, Alucard. And of course, you know, I have nothing but wonderful things to say about Yarn Witch. She is a dear friend, and I love Yarny. So it's any support that goes for small streamers like us. I know it means the world to me, and I know it means the world to her too, because you know, we're not on OnlyFans, so. That ant just waved his ass at us. And you are helping. Thank you. Support is support. I know it means the world to me, and I know it means the world to her too. 37. Is he about to level again? 50. That's the cave we're supposed to go to, but you know me, I want to go see what else we're missing over here. I must grow and become bigger than I am now. It's right. I need to get bigger. I'm tired of being a girly man that cannot get bigger. I need to get bigger and better. Nothing over here. Okay. Well, you never know until you look. If there's a glowy spot out in the water, apparently we're going to get a ship. And once we get a ship, there's a lot of glowy spots. Right. Have at you. Pop them. I ordered some samples of the latest stuff that I made on the store too, so I'll let you guys know how the quality is. Not that I have a problem with Fourth Wall's quality. Their quality has been top-notch. I've only gotten one thing from them that I didn't think was up to snuff. Don't tell DC that. They'll sue me. There's a reason why... There's a big reason why my logo is red instead of green. Besides the fact that red's my favorite color. We must proceed with caution. Okay, all kinds of buffs and debuffs. Okay, we all know about buffs and debuffs. Alright, so take a look around. We want to make sure we are looting everything. Nothing there. I don't directly reference the Riddler in anything. Oh, wow! Oh, you bastard. Okay. Oh. Okay. This is bad. That was not good. I did not see that happening at all. Did that guy take his frickin' Wheaties or what? Luckily, it's just right here, so it's not that big of a deal, but... we might need to do a little bit of a grindy grind, because that Shade, apparently he was on steroids or whatever. To the next level for Cardok. But yeah, I don't directly reference Riddler at all. Besides, if they want to come after me, then there's a lot of companies that need to go after other people. I'm just saying. Hell, there are people on that are streaming right now that use the word Joker. That's they're not even trying to hide it. They're just, yeah, I'm the Joker. Hey, Whiskey, what you doing, buddy? Six more points for him to level. See, I'll see what I mean about how difficult this game ramps up the difficulty really fast. And of course, it's a JRPG. So what do you do when it's a JRPG? You gotta get the grind out. Okay, let's get that bastard down. Like I said, there's Grizzled right there. Hey, Grizzled. I wonder what was going on with YouTube, and apparently I wasn't on YouTube earlier, so... Thanks for coming in. Oh, crap. I don't even have... Look at me. There it is. Level up. Levels up are important. It's like your best friend. Your best friend. Your best friend is your level up. And 606 and 164. So Cardok there is definitely gaining. He's level 8 now. So actually I guess he does play catch up. Yeah, how about that guy so he doesn't heal anybody? That's better, being able to take them both down like that. Okay, so we're doing a lot better than we were. Except that he still misses. That's better. Okay. But I do remember this game being notorious for its difficulty. So, ooh, there's a little spot in there to grab something. What if I had a really good sword or something? Let's see. Or, a thorn whip? He can't equip the whip. Enigma can, and it's worse, but it hits a bunch of baddies at once.
How about you? How about you?
Yeah. So the main character, Enigma, levels up very... Ooh, there's... Oh, well, I thought that was something. Levels up a lot slower, apparently. Okay. Another thing in here. Wait, okay, hold on. It's because I don't know what you are. Okay. That's what he said. Keep the whip just in case you need it. So that's all it is. One guy. There's nothing else here. There's no chests. Wow. Okay, sometimes these shades are kind of a pain in the ass. There we go.
How about you?
And Karak's gonna level up here pretty soon, which is good. Enigma's not, though. Enigma's still 476 away, but still. Oh. Ow. We'll take it. So he doesn't have near the chutzpah that Enigma does physically, but he can heal and such, so. But the game's difficulty goes way to 11 here, where all of a sudden, because we have more than one guy, it kind of really takes a turn for the wow, you know? Level up. Got a vac spell, that's good. Does he have zoom? No. I could have swore we had zoom. They said we had zoom. Heal, squelch, vac. Oh well. Okay, we got the... We might have to make several trips into here. Just because we want to clean it out.
How about you? How about you?
Another feathered cap. What am I going to do with a feathered cap?
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be nice if, like, that water healed us, but it won't. Got that one down. Okay. Robin Williams was really upset that he didn't get to really play in a Batman movie. I know that Robin Williams got black bagged a couple of times. He was supposed to be the Joker, I think, and they chose Jack over him. Which, I mean, to be fair, it's Jack Nicholson. Oh. And then he was supposed to be the Riddler, and he got black bagged on that one too. Oh, that I like. Okay, this is a good spot then. This is a good spot. But he wasn't happy about it. I do know that I think he kind of accepted the Joker thing because he's like, okay, well, what am I going to do? Get upset because I lost the part to Jack Nicholson? But Yeah, I could see that with the what you showed me. But I think the Riddler one really impacted him in a bad way. They went younger and they went with the hot hand. Not that Robin Williams has never been a hot hand, but Jim Carrey's star was not on the rise. He had a rocket strip strapped to his ass at that point. He was the thing in Hollywood at that point. So for them to get Jim Carrey on his huge rise was a big deal, and I completely get that, but I don't think Robin Williams ever really kind of got over that, and I don't blame him. But oh shit, we have 2 chests. Dragon scale. Raises defense. Okay. And how bad was it? Because I have never seen it. It's another one of those movies I saw the plot synopsis for, and I was like, nope, I'm out. Because I'm sorry, if Harley never manipulates Joker, Joker manipulates Harley. That's the whole thing of their relationship. That's how it's been since day frickin' one. So to try and change that dynamic and make her out to be the one that's actually manipulating him, yeah, that's even worse. Yeah, it's like a Disney movie, right? It's like an animated Disney film. That's the ending is what I'm talking about. Is that at the end of the movie, she's the one, she's in love with Joker and not Arthur Fleck, so she's the one manipulating him, and that is not the Joker Harley dynamic. It never has been. Even with modern day feminist Harley, it has come down that she's the one that's been manipulated, that he's the one that is imposing his will upon her. She's in an abusive relationship, and everybody knows it, and that's the way it should be. But hell no, we gotta subvert expectations. We can't have it that way. Yeah, it's supposed to be the way around. But in 2024, we had to subvert. We couldn't just have our cake and eat it too. We had to put up with the fact that, yeah, well, there's a lot of things in those movies that aren't actually true, like that his father possibly could have been Bruce Wayne's dad, you know, all that shit. I really liked the first Joker movie. I really did. And when I saw what they were doing with the second one, when they cast Lady Gaga as Harley, I was like, okay, you could have gone better, but you could have gone worse. Then I heard it was a musical, and I was like, okay, now we're kind of getting off into left field. I don't sure where they're going with this. And then here comes yeah, again, the synopsis, and I read everything that happened in it, and I was like, this is not Joker. This is not Harley. This is not how this works. This is bad. That's what I wanted. Just get the autosave there. Right. Hey, autocorrect gets me all the time. My Twitter account is full of autocorrect, and I say it's typos and it's brain typos, but a lot of the time it's autocorrect. Actually, you did that. You do this. Typical. No. 56 to the next level. Let me guess. We have a big old boss fight. There we go. Boss fight time. But I was not on board with... the more I read about Joker 2, the less I became interested in it, and then it was all backed up when I read what actually happens in the movie.
Let me warm you up.
And that just goes to show you, again, Hollywood, subversion is not the way to do things. Subversion is all about... the thing about subversion is there are a few times where it's worked. Okay? You know, Wicked is a part where it worked. Frozen is a time where subversion worked. And what do both of those properties have in common? They're girl properties. Guys don't want their shit to be subverted, okay? They don't. We like having our heroes. We like having our mythology. Nice. We don't like it when
We are victorious.
yeah, no shit. We don't like it when we bullshit. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's denial. Can I open these? Nope. I have to have the right key for them. But they'll sit there and tell you that that's not the problem. And it is. It's not all the problem, but it's definitely a problem. We don't want subversion. We don't. Everybody knows it. Because it only goes one way, Alucard. That's the thing. That is the stupid thing, is that the subversion always goes in one direction. It never goes in the other direction. They will never take Blade and make him a white guy. You know, they're not gonna take a well, that's probably the best example. They're never going to do that. And it just says volumes about where they are as far as understanding what their audiences really want. And by the way, if they did turn Blade into a white guy, I would go, what the hell? You know, unless it was a really good actor. It's like the Man-at-Arms thing, Duncan being a black guy, okay, I don't... Canonically, that's not right, but it's Idris Elba. So what am I going to say? Well, they didn't cast a great actor for it. They damn sure did. So I have really no complaints. I raised my eyebrow at it, but it's not like they casted some Joe Schmo off the street. So we'll see. Less than 5 years, Alucard. By 2030. By 2030, I think Ubisoft will be a majority owned by Tencent. I think that's going to happen. And right now, the ego of the people in charge are what's keeping the company in the shape that it's in. 1000%. It's what they're doing. They're going out there and releasing this shit, and when the investors say, "Hey, this is shit. We need to course correct," they have fought tooth and nail to maintain their stranglehold on the company, and it's going to stay that way. And they're going to continually to hold on to, thinking that Tencent is there to support them. In reality, what Tencent is doing is they're picking at the corpse, and eventually there's going to be no meat left on that bone, and Tencent's going to own everything. They'll be majority owned by Tencent by 2030. Be my guess. And I'm not rooting for that either. I'm not. Flush the toilet. They got to flush the toilet. They need to take out. Are there people in the that are in the development and art side and all that need to be flushed? Absolutely. But the leadership needs to be flushed. The leadership, the corpse is rotting from the head down. It's as much as I can't stand what they've done with a lot of the games are there. Leadership has let it happen. It's leadership. Lack thereof. You get rid of that leadership there, and you bring in people who are savvy business people with entertainment and games. You'll see things change in a heartbeat. But I am not cheering for Tencent, for China to take over another Western company. I am not cheering for that at all. But I am cheering for Ubisoft to cut the head off the snake and get back to making good games. I don't know if it'll ever happen. At least not under the watch of the guys in charge right now. But like I said, they got to flush the toilet. They got to get rid of them. They need to every Klingon stain in that toilet needs to be cleaned out. And until that happens, they're going to continue to piss away every bit of goodwill and destroy IPs. Oop, nope, wrong. There we go. Is that something or is that nothing? That's nothing. Okay. Yeah, they got to get their shit back together. That's just all there is to it. And it pisses me off. It pisses me off to see classic IPs like that go that route, and but it is what I like about IPs like Dragon Quest. They don't screw, like I said, they don't screw around with Dragon Quest. Square Enix will sit there and F around with Final Fantasy all day long and change this and change that. And what did it take for Square Enix to clean out their Western development houses, to flush their toilet over here in the West? Dragon Quest 3. Yeah, I saw that. That's true. Necklace of Immunity. Sure, why not? Until we get better stuff. Another mini medal, alright. They screw around with Dragon Quest and Square Enix takes notice, because Dragon Quest is is an institution. It's something that they don't want screwed up. They know they can always go back to Dragon Quest if they need to. Which is funny because I used to say that about Final Fantasy. That's the right way. I want to go the wrong way the first time. I have no idea what's on the other side. But they'll screw around with everything but Final Fantasy. Or I'm sorry, with Dragon Quest. They don't want to piss off their Dragon Quest audience. Okay, that worked out. Because we're going to play at some point Dragon Quest III HD Remake. And y'all are going to see when we make our character. It's not male or female. It's body type A and body type B. Because God forbid we have gender assigned to something, you know? Got him. And it is true. We did Mel Brooks. We grew up listening to Mel Brooks, watching Mel Brooks movies. People get offended by the stupidest shit these days. A shell shield. Scale shield. Okay, shell's better. I feel there's going to be something around here that we have to come back for later. And it's you know, you can't. Again, you can't subvert male properties. You just can't. We don't want subversion. Women might like subversion, which again is why you see it in their stuff that's made for girls. But no guy is going into like the Barbie movies and going, you know what this needs is it to be a male property. No one's saying that. But damn, if not every time that there's a male property out there, we don't have people saying, well, we need subversion. We need to change this. It's way too male. It's way too made for boys. We need girls. Why don't y'all say that shit about Barbie? Why don't you say that shit about Wicked? Why don't you say that shit about Frozen? You know? They don't. Mouth's completely shut on that stuff. There are still people out there pushing for the Acolyte to get a season 2. Which makes me laugh, because if you listen to the half of the audience that wants a season 2, they still think the reason why it was canceled is because of YouTubers. And it's like the YouTubers had nothing to do with it. They didn't, you know, the YouTubers, yeah, they were there doing what they do, but they didn't get that thing canceled. The people who didn't watch it got it canceled. And I have a really good friend who really likes the show and wishes it could have a second season. It's like, oh, well, I haven't talked to him about it, but... But it's just... no one gave in to anybody. It came down to they looked at the numbers and said they spent $250 million on that TV show, and it did not increase the viewership on Disney Plus. It didn't. And you've noticed that Acolyte is not the only show that has done anything that has been changed. Disney Plus overall is not making the shows that they used to make. They're not putting money into making a lot of shows anymore because they're not moving the needle, and they know they're not moving the needle. So, regardless of what anybody thinks about listening to one half of the audience or whatever, they listened. The supposed half of the audience that wants there to be a season 2 didn't show up. That's why there's no season 2. There's a lot of shows out there that suck ass, but get new seasons because people watch them. No idea what those tickets are for. So if you want if you're a real big fan of a show, watch it. But there's so many folks who don't understand how it works. They think that it comes down to outrage farmers and hate clicks and all that, and there's some of that, but that's not what costs them these shows. We need new weapons, because these aren't doing the damage. For every, Acolyte or whatever, then there's 5 or 6 more seasons of The Real Housewives and all that stuff. Oh, okay.
How about you?
Oh, shit. I don't think Ridiculousness got like 45 frickin' seasons or whatever it was of television because it was high art, okay, is my point. Moonahan! Everybody's favorite. Not really. Of course they did. He had to speak his lines so people could play off of him. Same thing with David Prowse as Darth Vader. He spoke lines. Now, I heard that apparently he spoke gibberish towards the end because he didn't give a shit. But apparently David Prowse thought they were going to use his voice for a while. Okay, let's make sure we are doing the looting thing. And Prowse, or Mayhew, Peter Mayhew, the late Peter Mayhew. Yeah, I've met him. I have his autograph right over there. He's fortunately he's no longer with us. He was 7'3" tall, I think. And apparently he was kind of a dick for a while. But in fact, when I met him, he wasn't happy. But when you're 7'3" tall and you are getting up there in age, I can totally understand why you might not be the most jovial human being. He was probably in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Okay. Steel broadswords. And a bronze shield, but we need to get more steel broadswords. Prowse was? I didn't know that. We're gonna have to grind here a little to get him outfitted. Get them both outfitted properly. Oh, those are for the tickets. So is the boomerang better? It's the same attack. We have a dog. That's a locked door. It's been a while since I've seen a Clockwork Orange. Clockwork Orange is a weird movie, guys. And weird is about the best thing I can call it. It's not bad. It's just, if you're not prepared for what you're about to see, like, you almost want to read the book or get someone's 2 cents before doing it. You know, doing anything. Because if you go into it not expecting things, it will shock you. It is a very violent, it is a very shocking kind of movie. It's a very odd film. Yeah, Malcolm McDowell's a fantastic actor. And we have a good girl with us. Told you she was a dog. I'm just saying, if you're not prepared for what you are, if you're not prepared for Clockwork Orange, it's gonna shock you. It's not for the faint of heart. It is not a faint of heart kind of movie. Last thing I saw Malcolm McDowell in, I don't even remember. I don't think he acts anymore. He doesn't need to. Unless he wants to. You're exactly right, Grizzle. There's no way they'd be able to handle it. Like I said, it's not for the faint of heart. Clockwork Orange is not a warm and fuzzy kind of movie. I've seen him in stuff since Generations. Like I said, though, he doesn't need to act, I don't believe. I don't think he does a lot of acting anymore. Pardon me. Dr. Loomis, he was in Halloween. I do know he's really good friends with Rob Zombie. So, he does do stuff with Rob Zombie. On occasion. But Malcolm McDowell's not a young man. He's how old is he? He's got to be in his 70s, if not his 80s by now. So, my assumption would be if he's... they'd have to probably come to him, first of all. But he doesn't need to act anymore. Explains why he got that part. Dr. Loomis from Halloween. Yeah, he's friends with Rob Zombie. In fact, I think I have to make sure I get the names right. Oh, good. It goes through all enemies. That makes me happy. I have to get the names right on this. Okay. So, I know Rob Zombie directed an episode of CSI Miami, okay? And the main character in CSI Miami was played by David Caruso, who has a very dubious reputation within circles of Hollywood. Yeah, I can imagine. So Rob Zombie directed an episode of that, and because of that, Malcolm McDowell worked that episode. Malcolm McDowell came in and did and did it as a favor to Rob Zombie. Well, David Caruso apparently was a huge dick on set of CIS Miami, and Malcolm McDowell is a freaking legend. And he's like, I'm not gonna sit here and take this shit from this guy. Kubrick has had a really bad reputation. Malcolm McDowell's like, I'm not gonna take this shit from this little bastard. So he screwed with David Caruso through the entire shooting of that episode. Like he set out just to do nothing more than to needle and piss off David Caruso through the recording of that episode. Which makes me laugh, because it's just, yeah. Not a lot of people liked Stanley Kubrick, from what I understand. Because he was a perfectionist. Ah, do, 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 do. And Jack Kubrick was a perfectionist. He knew what he wanted, and he settled for nothing less. And in the long run, that's really what kind of cost him his reputation with a lot of actors. Love it. Ah. I only had this boomerang equipped because it's the same attack as him with the spear right now. We're saving him to get a broadsword, just like Enigma's got. Hey, I like that, though. Oh, I guess I can close on my Dragon Quest XI windows. I've had tabs open for how to get to places of Dragon Quest XI. Yeah, and Stanley Kubrick, I'm sorry, Stephen King hated it. He still hates it. Kubrick can't stand, King can't stand The Shining movie. To the point where he actually had a TV series made based off of The Shining like a decade later that follows the book almost too closely, and no one even remembers it because of how, like, because it just wasn't very good. Yeah, find me a movie, a Stephen King movie that King likes. Did he like Misery? He didn't even like the movie he made. He didn't like Maximum Overdrive. And that was his big thing, was like, if no one can do King right except King. So he did it. He directed his own frickin' movie, and he hated it. He still hates it. So it's just, what the hell, dude? You make your own movie. You make a movie based off of your own book, and it sucks. You don't like it. Yeah, he hates it, Maximum Overdrive. What about Green Mile. Did he like Green Mile? Or didn't he do Shawshank? Wasn't Shawshank Redemption his movie too? Did he like Shawshank? I need to rewatch that. Who ATM called him an asshole. Yeah, he wrote Shawshank. So Shawshank Redemption, one of the best movies, one of the greatest movies ever made. Does King like it? Find me somebody who does not like the Shawshank Redemption. And I bet you Stephen King hates it because it's not. They make a cameo. Oh, yeah, Stan Lee, right? They remade The Stand? I didn't know that. Or I don't remember it anyway. I know that the TV show they did was not bad. I think Desi bought a copy of it from a Walmart dump bin that she wants to watch. Yeah, Shawshank Redemption's a great film. That's what I'm saying. But does King like it? That's what I want to know. Is that Stephen King is famous for being very critical of people who do for movies made off of his work. I didn't know they remade it. Or I don't remember it. Let me take a look here. The Stand. Who was even in it? Oh, it was a miniseries. Who was in it? Let's see here. Whoopi Goldberg. Hard Pass. Alexander Skarsgård. Alright. James Marsden. Amber Heard. At least you have something to look at. That was pre-shitting in Johnny Depp's bed. Greg Kinnear. Okay, Greg Kinnear. Catherine McNamara. Okay, I like Catherine. Yeah, she's pretty hot. I like her better than freaking Amber Heard. Ooh, you got a steelbook for it. So who's playing Randall Flagg then in this? This is what I want to know. In this, I want all cast and crew. Who the hell's playing Randall Flagg? How the hell do you do a series based off of The Stand and there's no Randall Flagg? I'm looking at the cast list here. I do not see a Randall Flagg in The Stand miniseries they just released a couple years ago. Are you freaking kidding me? There's no one playing. Oh, there it is. Oh, he's Skarsgård. Duh. I can read. My fault. So, Pennywise the Clown, right, is Randall Flagg. No, different Skarsgård. Different Skarsgård. Interesting. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg is a hard pass. Sorry. So let's look at the cast list from the other one, because I do remember that one. Gary Sinise. And I got news for you. I'll take Gary Sinise. Gary Sinise is a hell of an actor, hell of a dude. Gary Sinise, Molly Ringwald. Okay, hard pass on Molly Ringwald, I guess.
How about you?
Rob Lowe. I can't read. Where's Randall Flagg? Skarsgård, you idiot. Tom Holland. Not that Tom Holland. Stephen King was in it. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But here we are again. Why did you remake it? That's the thing. I can see why you wouldn't do a movie based off of it, because Kathy Bates, Ed Harris, Jeff Goldblum were all in the original. Uncredited, but they're in it. Which means Jeff Goldblum wasn't really acting. Jeff Goldblum doesn't really act. He's just different volumes of Jeff Goldblum. Pardon me. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, hey. I need to medicate the dog. So I'm going to get up and give him his treat, but I'm going to take the wireless controller and continue to get our grind on a little bit here. So give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Want a treat? I'm coming back. Ugh. He's credited. Well, he's not credited. It was uncredited, but it says he was in it, the original. I don't remember Ed Harris being in it either, but that's what it says. Come on, Whiskey. Whisk, come on. Come on, jump, jump. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. How you feeling, huh? Being a good boy today? Yeah. Being a very good boy today. Yes, you are. Everybody loves the whisk. Yeah. Everybody loves the whiskey. Yeah. Good boy. One of these days I'll have to watch the original. Like I said, the original, I think Desi got it on DVD. She went diving into a Walmart dump bin and she came out with a couple of things. That was one of them. And I said, you realize that's DVD, right? She goes, yeah, well, and? And I was like, you do realize we have an 8K TV, right? And she's like, yeah, and? I was like, standard definition stuff looks like shit on an 8K TV. Almost got the sword. That's not a bad idea. That's a good idea, Alucard. I gotta see if they have that. Good lord. Where are we supposed to go anyway? I do want to get that sword. Oh, it's way down there. Now, something I know about Dragon Quest games, I don't know if this is the same thing. The bridge is usually where things get more difficult. So, you cross the bridge and, yeah, see, here they come. Desi is in a mode right now where she wants me to make more stuff, more products for the store, but she's actually trying to find, I think she's really wanting to find a way for me to market myself better. So, I know she really wants me to find a way to get my name out there more. Don't you cast snooze. Good. Okay, that's good too. No poison. Almost got enough for our sword for Buddy back there. Oh, we have baboons. Bad boons. Okay, one went down. Yeah, that's just what she, and she's right. I can make the coolest shit on Earth, but if no one knows it's there, no one's gonna get it. So I do need to find a better way to market myself. That doesn't have these morons on Twitter and drive-bys coming in and trying to sell me viewership and all that shit. Because I'm not doing that. 2 more fights. Then the castle, the dog that we met is actually, if my memory serves me correctly, the princess. So she'll become a party member as well. Once she's no longer a bitch. A bitch. That's about right, Grizzle. I get those all the time, and they come in here too. They come in like on Twitch in particular, and they'll be like, "Hey, bro, how you doing?" The first thing I always realize is when they keep referring to me as bro. Every word out of their mouth is bro. It's like I already know what you're trying to do to me, doing here, and I really don't care. And Alucard sent me a message about it. I'm like, hey, watch out. It's like, thanks. Thank you. I appreciate that for you looking out for me. And I know. It's so easy to tell. They're just not even... They're not even shy about it. You know, it's just... And I'll say, this sounds a lot like... I've talked to one of them, and I said, this sounds a lot like viewbotting to me. And he was like, no, bro, this isn't viewbotting. This is smart marketing. And one guy kept on every day. He would keep sending me messages. And I was like, dude, shut up. I told you I'm not interested. Two wizard staves. I only need one, I think. Yeah, it's they have no there's no chill in them whatsoever. Bronze armor is better. That's 840. And I have enough for two sets. Okay, so the 550 for those bronze shields are 680. I do want to continue getting, and we are going to make sure we get the money for that stuff, but I also don't want to leave the princess behind as far as levels up go. So, in a minute. Before I forget, quick little safety save just because Enigma kind of forgets sometimes to save his game, and then we're really in deep shit, you know what I mean? There's a pot. But they come in and it's always it's always bro. Why do you keep calling me bro? I'm not, you know, I'm if I were 20 years old, maybe I would get it, but it's like it's at 50 it's like no. But they're just trying to be friendly and try to make sales, just like anybody else. I get it, but it's you know, trying to make their way. But at the same time, it's I'm not paying for view botting. I'm just not. So just forget it. Let me tell you something, brother. That's right. Enigma falls asleep because he's tired. He needs a nap. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta follow Uncle Martin. Good. Uncle Martin's a good dude. He was in here this morning, I think. Love Uncle Martin. He's a good dude. But yeah, I don't get I get the hustle. Like I said, everyone's just trying to make their way, and I get that, but I'm not first of all, view botting is against TOS on Twitch. I don't know about YouTube, but on Twitch it'll get you in trouble in a heartbeat. Unless you're Amaranth, and then, of course, you get away with it. Or Hassan. Yeah, they get away with it. Pokimane probably gets away with it, but Enigma would not. There's a sparkly spot right up there. What do you got for us up here? 2 Dazzle Me Nots, 2 Antidote Herbs, okay. Bad Boons. No, another sparkly spot. Leather armor, hardwood there. Everything. See how that plays out. Didn't play out the way I wanted it to. But I usually see him coming. It's I still get messages on Twitter too. How long have you been streaming? Okay, I already know what you're gonna ask me. No, I'm not interested in artwork. No, I'm not interested in buying views. You know, and that's exactly what it is. It's never anything beside. There's never like any in between with those. Ow. Jazz hands. Well, they're doing a Short Circuit 3? Why the hell are they doing a Short Circuit 3? That series is way too old to have a sequel at this point. Yeah, but the thing is, Short Circuit is damn near 40 years old as an IP since the last movie, right? So why do it now? It doesn't make any sense. If this were, 25 years ago, sure, but now?
Goddess, do you remember coming here when we were children?
Children's?
Resplendent. Flowers as far as the eye could see. Shining marble from ceiling to floor. The Queen, so beautiful, before her untimely passing. Now all that remains is this.
Mm-hmm.
I never imagined for a moment that the devastation would be so extreme. We can but pray that the king
You're
and
right.
princess escape
They're
in
so
time.
bankrupt in
Come,
ideas.
let's explore further.
Where's the dog? We should have the dog, because the dog is the princess.
Your Majesty.
How so? My kingdom ruins.
Your Majesty, we are here.
But even then, I would look at, I mean, you look at Child's Play and you look at Short Circuit. Child's Play is much more a brand that people would know than Short Circuit. Chucky is much more recognizable than Johnny Five. I'm sorry. I hate to say that. And I'm speaking as someone who loves Short Circuit. Why they're doing they would do a sequel at this point just doesn't make any sense.
He was already gone. I did not know what it meant to die. For a kingdom to fall. To have everything that one holds dear taken. Why would anyone?
I agree with you 1,000%, Grizzle. They'd have to reboot it.
What was that? Could there yet be survivors?
Ali Sheedy and Steve
Let us
Guttenberg.
hurry to the courtyard. The noise came from there.
We're going to, but let's see. What else we got around here? Anything? Come on. Anything? Oh, there's another chest back there, but we can't open that yet. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't expect that. Damn sure didn't expect that. Damn. Zendaya and Tom Holland. That's about right, actually. Yeah, Steve Guttenberg didn't really do anything after Police Academy, did he? Well, he was in Stranger Things, wasn't he? Didn't he have a little stint on Stranger Things, or am I thinking of somebody else? Things here are powerful. Holy shit!
Much better.
He probably still makes his money from Police Academy. He probably still makes pretty good royalties from that. Bastard. Yeah, he's done other movies, but it's a Police Academy was his thing, and once it was over, it kind of ended for him. Yeah, he's a has-been. he fizzled out. Maybe he thought he was too good, or what? We are in the courtyard. What are we looking for? I do not like this at all. How can he be poisoned when... How can he be poisoned when I have an anti-poison thing on him? Number 19 gold. Now that's there are certain actors that they think that they're going someplace, and sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But some of them do the smart thing and kind of take a siesta. They take a time out. Look at Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy had his time in the sun, and he was doing real well, and then he fizzled out, and he took a break. Came back later. Oh yeah, Bronx Tale. The guy, it wasn't De Niro as a kid, right? Yep. Sometimes what they got to do is they need to take a break. Well, the old saying is, "How am I supposed to miss you if you never leave?" Yeah, I agree. I love Eddie Murphy, but he had a time period where he had a down spot in his career, and he did what he should have done. He kind of laid low for a little bit. Plus, he had that. Didn't he get in trouble for a lady of the evening, so to speak? Sometimes people got to go away for a little bit, and then when they come back, you realize, oh God, I love this guy or this gal. I can't believe where have they been for the last, 5 or 6 years. That's what I guarantee you. That's what Amber Heard is hoping it happens. That was a good timed level up there. I guarantee you that's what Amber Heard's people are telling her. Like, you just need to lay low for a little bit, girl, and you can come back, and people will love you. And because she does have the fact that she's hot for her, and that's about it. But Bonaducci was... He did that to himself. Bonaducci killed his own career. That was professional seppuku. What happened to Bonaducci? She probably never will. You're probably right. But the people that are helping her recover from her problems right now are probably sitting there telling her she's got to go away for a little bit. Sometimes they're self-inflicted, and sometimes they're just things where they just don't have, you know, they don't have the star power, they don't have the talent, they don't have whatever, and they just need to, you know, or people get tired of them. Colin Farrell. God, there was a time period where you could not go into a movie and not see Colin frickin' Farrell in it. And what did Colin Farrell do? He had to go away for a few minutes. He had to go away for a bit. Because he was in everything. You know, like Pedro Pascal is right now. And right now, people realize they've OD'd on Pedro Pascal. It's the wrong way. Yeah, Bonaducci did what he did to himself. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that at all. His fall was all him. Or here's the best example. I know I keep coming up with the best example. Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. disappeared. He knew he needed to go away for a little bit. Came back, and now he's a Hollywood A-lister. But we do have I think we do have Pascal burnout. Marvel's going to learn that. Not to mention his age. Casting him as Reed Richards was probably one of the most misguided decisions they could have done, because he's not... Unless they're planning on blowing up the whole thing and starting over, which I heard is what they're going to do. How the hell do we get... Oh, got to go all the way... Jeez, got to go all the way around. And... They cast Spacey is professional career seppuku as well. They cast Reed Richards too old. That's the thing, is that Pedro Pascal's not a young man. They're not going to make... He's not going to be Mr. Fantastic in 10 years. It's just not going to happen. He's going to age out of the part fairly quickly. So... Which is why I don't get why they cast him. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like... Did they really have to go that old? Holy Lance. Holy Lance. Scholar's Cap. Is the Lance better? No, it's not. But it's good against the undead. Because it's holy. I'm not that. Yeah, I don't think Pascal's a bad actor. I think he's got a lot of charisma, and he's good. And I've never seen him bad anything. I just don't want to see him in everything, and I think that's where, you know, Feige was like, well, everybody knows Pedro Pascal, which they don't, but besides, if it's purported that they fired Ruffalo because of his political belief, because of his over the way he just kept running his mouth about politics, right? How long till Pedro gets run out of town for that? You know what I mean? It's because one thing I know about Pedro Pascal, he is also very vocal. Hell, I would too. I'd much rather look at Jessica Alba than Vanessa Kirby, but that's just my opinion. You're talking is that when I was a strapping young lad, I liked watching Dark Angel, and it wasn't because of the story, if you know what I mean. Johnny Depp came back. Johnny Depp, though, was... Johnny Depp didn't do that to himself, technically. I'm not saying he was an angel through the whole situation, because he wasn't. But, I don't think he had near the animosity towards him that other actors have had.
It must have been the sound of rubble or some such falling. There's no life here. Not anymore.
Except that grass and that flower.
Save this lone flower.
Yeah, the Turtonator had something to do with it.
Do you remember that town we passed on our journey?
Hey, I'm telling you, if Amber Heard looked like Kathy Bates, no one would even know who the hell she is. That's all I'm saying.
Mayhaps someone there might know.
Yeah, they have a lot of charisma, and they admit when they do things wrong. They don't sit there with the holier than thou. At least Downey did. These days he's kind of whatever, but
well, that clearly was not the king.
Mickey Rourke is.
Whoever it was, it would seem they have other plans for us.
How Mickey Rourke still gets work, I don't know.
Was it?
To hear
The rummest thing, though.
on the set of The Expendables, Sylvester Stallone was like, to hear the stories he was telling about Mickey Rourke.
Just cannot place it.
He was, he's like, I just can't with Mickey Rourke.
Eastwards we go. I knew you would agree. You feel it too, do you not? We can trust her. Anyhow, let us take our leave. I would fain be gone from this mournful place.
It's a mournful place. But I'm going to come back here because there's stuff to kill that's worth a lot of. Oh, what's down here? Okay, we have chests that we can't open. One chest we can. A full moon ring, which is means you get to see both cheeks. Might as well. Mickey Rourke is an actor that basically decides what he wants to do that day, and they have to rope him back in. Even Favreau on the set of Iron Man 2 was like, I don't know what to do with this guy. Yeah, Tom Sizemore. And Michael Madsen was the same guy in every role he was in. Harvey Keitel kind of falls into that too. Harvey Keitel usually is the same guy. And I like Harvey Keitel. I do. It's just that I don't see a lot of range in his acting. Hey, level up. Just what I always wanted for Christmas. Finding actors that have really good range is difficult in this day and time. Because people get typecast. And that's why I don't really hate Pedro Pascal. Not that I really hate anybody. I don't like the word hate. But, he does have range. He can act in different roles. I just don't want to see him in frickin' everything. Yeah, De Niro. De Niro's kind of the same guy. He's the mob boss. Already been over here. He's a great actor, but he's the same. And there's a lot of actors that are like that. Finding an actor that actually has range enough to where they are different in different roles is difficult. It's very difficult. That's true. Ah, woo-ha! Pacino is Pacino. Oh, here we go. Well, Pacino again has a whole. Pacino's got a whole pile of FU money. Does Pacino need to act? I don't think he needs to act. He can do what he wants. You know, he's got a whole pile of FU money. He's still making probably huge bank off of Godfather alone. Why would he go out there and do things he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to do, Unless something really excites him. He wants to go all the way over there. That's just how I look at with actors these days. The older actors, it's like, I love Al Pacino, but does Al Pacino need to do things? And he doesn't. Yeah. Like Denzel. When does Denzel act? Denzel acts when Denzel wants to act. He doesn't have to act. He waits for roles that he really wants to do, and then when he does roles that suck, like Gladiator 2, he tells people, hey, don't go see this movie, it sucks. But Denzel only has to do what Denzel wants to do, and I don't blame him for that. You got a whole pile out of FU money, you just sit on your FU money and you do what you want to do, man. Yeah, Gary Oldman. Take what you want. He doesn't have to do anything. Oh, Denzel's a fantastic actor. Like, if I see if I'm flipping through the channels and I see that there's a movie with Denzel in it, I'm intrigued. Should have enough money to buy some armor here. Yeah, Denzel is definitely one of the greatest actors of all time. Without a doubt. And Denzel has range. Denzel he's not the same guy in every movie. He definitely acts. Denzel in Training Day is different from Denzel in The Equalizer, and is different from Denzel in Glory. Denzel 71? Damn. He looks great for 71. Good for him. Good for Denzel, man. $680 for bronze shields. $550. So $680 is the more expensive. So let's go ahead and get one of those for him. That's only one difference. I'm not really as worried about that. Let's do the stone hard hat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's been in so much good stuff that. And he's got range. He's not the same guy in every film that he's in. He acts different. He is different. Denzel's fantastic. Miscellaneous, $392. Antoine Fisher. I'm not familiar with that name. I probably should be, though. There's just a lot of really good actors out there that are up there in age now where they basically don't have to do anything. And if they do things, it's because they want to do them, not because they have to do them. There's a big difference. It's like when you tell me a la carte that so and so wants to play a comic book character in a movie coming up. You know, like so and so wants to play Catwoman. Well, of course she wants to play Catwoman. Why wouldn't she want to play Catwoman? It's a guaranteed paycheck, and it's going to be a big paycheck, and it can be a franchise paycheck. But they're not gonna like. They're not gonna, like Meryl Streep. I know what I'm about to say here and how stupid it's gonna sound, but just hear me out. Meryl Streep is not going to play Catwoman. She doesn't have to play Catwoman. Meryl Streep is looking for roles that she wants to play and that she can't that interest and intrigue her. wanting to play Catwoman is because you're looking for the money and the paycheck, not because you think you're going to bring a whole new dynamic to the Catwoman role. Yes, Borderlands is, if you watch Borderlands and you look at it as anything but a Borderlands movie, it's actually okay. It's not great, but it's okay. But it's not good, but it's okay. But when you compared to the fact that it's a Borderlands movie and you watch it as a Borderlands movie, you're like, this has as much to do with Borderlands as the shit I took yesterday. You know, it has nothing to do with it. Hell yeah. I'm right, Grizzle. That'd be right. I'm all over that. I would be all over that. Her as Catwoman. She could fill out that cat suit. That's my point, though, is that there's a difference between someone who's looking for work and wants to make a lot of money versus somebody who's made a lot of money and is now doesn't have to take roles. They're waiting for roles that they want, that intrigue them and challenge them or make them think that they're going to be able to bring something to it. Oh, Eva Green. Whew. Eva Green's on my list. I love me some Eva Green. Woo. I first saw her in Casino Royale. I was like, holy shit snacks. Where the hell did they find her? Because, damn. That's right, Eva Green. Well, let me be completely clear about Kelly Marie Tran. From everything I've seen her do and say, she seems like a very nice person. I'm not attacking her personally. Her character was the drizzling shits. Like, it's not even close. It wasn't even her portrayal. She was given shit. And it was shit that they got out of it. You know, you can only do so much with a turd, and she couldn't. It was not her fault. But Kathleen Kennedy leaving Lucasfilm is the best thing that's happened to Lucasfilm basically since George Lucas sold it. Her identical twin. Yeah. Wasn't she in the sequel trilogy too? Wasn't she at the beginning of Last Jedi? Yeah, Eva Green though. Eva Green. Oof. She's smoking. As the kids would say, she's a smoke show, right? That's what they say. She is a smoke show. Yeah, that's they lucked out with Linda Hamilton because in order to save on production costs in Terminator 2, every time you see two people on the screen together, like one's a T-1000 and one's the regular, like the security cop and all that, they're identical twins. There's no CG there. Linda Hamilton's twin sister was like the T-1000 or vice versa. They both were in it. Oop, doesn't know any spells. Because they spent a shit ton of money on CG in that movie due to the T-1000, the transformation and all that, and they basically, James Cameron didn't have the unlimited paychecks or the unlimited funds that he has now to make movies, so he had to find ways to save money where he could, and finding identical twins was ingenious on his part. I'll give him complete credit for that. That's very ingenious. Yeah. James Cameron in 1990 was not James Cameron of now, where now all he has to do is, you know, get a hold of Bob Iger and say, Bob, I need another, you know, $100 million for the next Avatar movie, and Iger's like, sure, James, whatever you want. 1990 James Cameron couldn't get away with that. Ra's mirror. Yeah. Well, he did do that after Titanic. Once Titanic came out, Cameron basically got away, could do whatever he wanted. Titanic came out, and James Cameron was the thing, and to the point where it got annoying, where everyone was trying to tie their projects to James Cameron, and it goes really, really. It was like Pedro Pascal fatigue. It was like I have James Cameron fatigue. Thank you. Oh, good. I was hoping we would level up him soon. Let's go back to town and save, because we're getting... Boy, Whiskey knows the word save all of a sudden. Good shot there. Yes. The bar was set so low he went looking for it. There we go. Oh gosh. There we go. Can't say I blame him for wanting to look for the bar. They put it so low. But I do remember that about about James Cameron is after Titanic, everyone was trying to tie their shit to him, and it just was annoying. It was like, yes, movies existed before James Cameron graced us with his presence, and they're going to exist after he's gone. Which has not happened yet. He's going to be like 140 by the time he's done with freaking Avatar. I still need to know who's going to see Avatar, by the way, because I saw the first one in theaters, and if it wasn't for the 3D, I would have been like, who cares? Because I didn't really care, and really. And I still don't really care. That's the thing, is I didn't see the second one, I haven't seen the third one, and I really have no desire to. Yeah, that's right. They're not that great. That's the thing. I saw the first one. Desi asked me last month, she said, you know what, I've never seen Avatar. And I said, well, if we're not seeing it in 3D, we don't need to see it. And she said, why? I said, because you've seen it a million times. You ever see Dances with Wolves? You ever see The Last Samurai? Then you've seen Avatar. They're not even, it's not a great pinnacle of storytelling. It looks great. It's imaginative as hell. The 3D is awesome, but it's not a great movie. Yeah, it was but you've seen it. That's the thing, is that it's Dances with Smurfs. That's what it is. There's nothing about that movie that makes me want to tell people that you have to see this film, unless you can see it in 3D. The 3D and the imagination behind it, the visuals are great in 3D. Otherwise, it is not a great film. It's not. It's not going to change the way you look at movies. It's not going to change your view. It's just, ugh. Yeah, The Abyss was a better movie. I agree. Hell, the best film he ever made, in my opinion, is Terminator 2. Aliens, though. Aliens pretty good, too, though. Then Captain Planet wouldn't be blue. He would be... he would be black. And he would be a woman. Yeah, we're going to do that, but first we're going to save our game. I know what to do now. I want to save our game. Yep, that's what I thought. Because we'll do this tomorrow. No. See, the Don Cheadle one was when they colored him blue. He would not be. They wouldn't color him blue. They would just make him. It would be Viola Davis. It'd be Tiffany Haddish would be Captain Planet. I'm so sorry. That's so bad. That's so bad. Okay. Tiffany Haddish. Alright, let's mute this and go this way. Okay, guys, I gotta go. It's 5 p.m. I gotta get the dog out and feed him, and I gotta get dinner prepared for Desi. I don't know why that tickles me so much, but it does. Oh my god. So, tomorrow morning, I'm going to be back at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to continue playing Dragon Quest II and having a good time doing that. We're about to get our third party member, so we'll do that tomorrow. So if you're not done so yet, please follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Rumble. Subscription on YouTube. I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it. Don't forget to check out my Fourth Wall store. That's where all my merchandise is. I have t-shirts, coffee mugs, rocks glasses, hats, magnets, stickers, my question mark jersey. This one I just put up a new one a couple weeks ago, the white one. I have that coming hopefully in the next week or so you guys can see that on me. With my logo. A lot of stuff with my logo here. So that goes to directly help me. So if you want to help me directly, that really helps. Otherwise, just following and commenting and liking my stuff really helps me. Really helps me grow, and that's really what I want. That's really what. I'm sorry. I'm tickled. I'm tickled. So, guys, I'll see everybody tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to pick up right where we're leaving off with Dragon Quest II HD Remake. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for being here, Alucard. Thanks for being here, Grizzled. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.